Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is Loser to Legend with CLYDE FC, and today we have for you the quarter season update for Season 8, our first season in the Ladbrokes Championship. Let's take a look at where we're at after 9 games. We are dead last, 10th place. We got 1 win, 1 draw, 7 losses, total of 4 points and a -5 goal differential. Now, we don't actually have the worst goal differential in the league, which is interesting, but we have by far the most losses in the league. That's no good. If you look at the one team that's just ahead of us by 1 point, Ross County, they actually have no wins on the season, but they've got 5 draws and only 4 losses. So they're managing to just sort of hold on and not lose, whereas we are definitely losing games. But luckily, we're not losing games by a huge margin. And, yeah, let's take a look at that in a minute. But as you can see, we have to start turning things around. You know, let's analyze this table a little bit before we move on. That Stenhousemuir is 8 points ahead of us. So we can't catch up with just 1 win. We have to get 2 wins to catch up to them. We got to get, 3 wins to catch up to the rest of the league and sort of start making our way up the table. So we need several wins, and we need them in fairly short order. We don't want to get to the mid-season point and be down, in relegation by 10 or more points. That would just be fairly disastrous, because I don't know that this team, I got a real just shaky feeling about this team. It's not like in previous seasons where maybe we started out bad, but I still felt good about the team. I don't feel real good about this team. So hopefully over the course of this episode we can feel a little better about the team, but I don't know. Let's take a look and see how we got here. So take a look at the schedule, and how we got here was a lot of 1-0 losses. And by a lot, I mean a lot. I can't stress how many 1-0 losses we've had. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1-0 losses in our first 9 games. That's terrible. That's awful. That's just, we can't score. We just have a lack of chances. And even worse than a lack of chances is just a lack of finishing. Even when we get point-blank shots, we can't get past the goalkeeping at this level. We're just, our strikers are a level behind the keepers at this level, and that's no good. So we can look at our one victory that we had versus none other than Stenhousemuir, 3-1. It was a very good victory. Played the diamond formation, as you can see here. Played pretty well up and down the board, other than Finlayson. Sometimes when the fullbacks get going forward in this diamond formation, they can have a lot of problems, and Finlayson is certainly having problems playing in the diamond formation. I mean, he's a pretty solid player. He's okay. He's not great at anything in particular, but he's just having a hard time at this level. We just, all over the field, we got guys who just aren't good enough to be playing in the championship, unfortunately. Finlayson is one of them. Now, Davies and Gorman, even Gray, played pretty well at the fullback position. Our midfield played very well. Maxwell got the player of the match, a 9.1 rating, 3 chances, 3 key passes, 1 assist, 1 goal. Outstanding. And then Diver added a goal too. Let's check out the highlights just to break things up a little bit. And I was hoping we could start seeing more of this. Like, we got this win, and I was like, okay, we're going to be okay at this level. We can score. Here it is. Here's the first goal. Noble messing around with it on the back line. Gets it stolen by Hartford to Diver. And just, I mean, that was a gift. A giveaway goal at home. Here's a penalty that they got to tie it up just after halftime. And then that lasted until the 80th minute. Lockheed to Critchley to Maxwell, and there's his goal. So that put us up 2-1. And then we finished him off on the set play here. Rowan to Critchley. Maxwell, Hartford, he finishes it off with the goal. And there we go. 3-1. So I thought, okay, if we can play like that, we can play together, you know, we can get opportunities from all around the field, then maybe we could do something. But it just hasn't happened. We got lots and lots of just games where the other team gets up on us, shuts the game down, and we can't do anything, or sort of the reverse happens. Not the reverse, but anyway, something different happens where we don't score for a long time and we keep the game scoreless, and then they score at the end and put it out of reach, and there's nothing we can do because we can't score even one goal. The one exception to that was versus Ross County, and as you can see, they are draw specialists this season. They've been getting all kinds of draws, and this was a game that was interesting because it was scoreless until very late in the game, and then we sort of went on a scoring frenzy. Both teams scored 2 goals in the last 30 minutes or so. Take a look at these goals. And again, this game comes along, and I'm thinking, okay, we're starting to get something together. We're starting to score. Again, this is another home game. Very nice crowds we've had showing up, around, you know, 1,000 or 2,000. There's Critchley with a very nice goal. 68 minutes, bomb it down, and then they come on the counterattack and even it up. Ellis centers, Waite just sitting there, or Watt just sitting there in front of goal. Easy goal. That's the 68th minute that all that happened. And here's 85th minute. Here they are rushing forward. Dow gets it past the defense. Easy finish. And at this point, I'm thinking we're done. You know, that's 2-1. There's no way. We haven't scored any goals hardly this season. But in the 93rd minute, in extra time, bombs it forward to Diver, across to Critchley, off the post. Antoniazzi is there. I thought Critchley was going to be ruled offside, but they didn't. And it was just a scramble in front of goal that got us the 2-2 draw. Other than that, it's been mostly 1-0 losses. We played our annual friendly versus Celtic and got beat 4-0, but we got some good financials out of that. So let's, speaking of financials, let's take a look at the checklist and see how we're doing overall as a club. So under 20s, not much has happened. We've got pretty much everything the same is going on. Scott McKay, the 16-year-old, is our best prospect. I've actually thought about bringing him up on occasion because we're very low in terms of right wingers. That's why we've been playing the diamond formation quite a bit this season, is because we simply just don't have any wingers, or at least no real impact wingers. Financially, as I mentioned, we're doing pretty good this season. We've made a profit of $169,000. We're still $155,000 in the hole, but our prize money will cover that up, and we're continuing to make profits. You know, it's the 18th of the month. We've already got $14,000 profit this month, so we are just inching by each month, making, you know, 20, 30,000 a month to just sort of keep the profits rolling in, and that's pretty good. Board, pretty happy with us. We are secure in our position at 55%. Board confidence, they love the finances, of course. Leadership support. They're not happy with our tactics. What's up with our tactics? Fans are highly concerned about the negative impact of the diamond narrow. Okay. Don't know what else we'll do, but I guess we can look at the formations. Leadership support, locker room atmosphere. The board are concerned the atmosphere among the players quite low. Okay, we'll look at that as well. Matches and competitions, I think they're okay. Disappointed with the results we're getting on the pitch. So none of this is looking good. 39% for matches. Competitions, 49%. So we got a lot of stuff below 50% for the first time in quite a while. Club issues, no issues with the issues. Competition performance, yeah, whatever. All right. Let's move on to the club now. So you can see we've got this graph in our favor that's just been going up and up and up. Every season we've been getting better. No doubt about that. Lee McCart is now our hot prospect. The central midfielder who's gotten a little bit of playing time this season, but not a lot. And he's honestly not a great player, so we don't really want him playing. But, you know, you gotta do what you can at this level. Dominic Duffy is our key player. You might be asking who that is. That's a new guy. We'll look at him in a minute. Leach is our vice captain. Davies is our captain. And Zebu Jr. is, of course, the head coach. All right. Let's see. General. We're still not on the list, unfortunately. Dakota King is up there now. Peters, Cudahy, Sinclair. There's Darren Miller from a couple seasons ago, so we're looking okay there. Transfers. So we're looking at another St. Mirren player, 24-year-old Jack Smith. He can play left, right, or striker. Left wing, right wing, or striker. So we need him desperately. He's a pretty good player. 14 finishing, 13 composure, 16 pace, and acceleration. So we're looking for guys who can score goals. I mean, that's basically it. At this point, our defense is okay. We're obviously getting only 1 goal scored against us per game. So if we can just get somebody who can score 1 goal, that's all we need. He's valued at $100,000. We're trying to bring him in. We'll see if that'll work. This is currently, we're not in a transfer window, so there's not much we can do about it. Transfer history, we did bring in 1 player from Watford on loan, Dominic Duffy, 18-year-old striker. He can also play right wing a little bit, but not much. But he's okay. You know, he's got some decent physicals, some decent mentals. Finishing and dribbling are okay. You know, better than a lot of our other guys. Composure is only 9. I'd like to see that improved. I don't know that this guy's a goal-scoring answer for us. He certainly hasn't been for as long as we've had him. Just a little while here, just a month, or a little less than a month. But anyway, we're giving him some shots and seeing what he can do, and so far it hasn't been much. Let's look at his stats, I guess. History, 1 appearance, 6.3 rating. So, yeah, not real happy with him. The rest of our loanies, it's about all we've got going on in terms of transfers. Scouting, competitions, we looked at all this. Medical center, not a lot going on here. Critchley, our 1 lone striker, is out for a week or so. He's been doing okay, I guess. He's got 2 goals, 1 assist in 9 appearances, which is pretty good for our team, I guess. Maybe we should look at our stats and see how we're doing competitions-wise. Well, actually, we can look at our squad and how do stats. There we go. Stats, competitions, league. Okay. I would not be shocked if one of our midfielders is our leading goal scorer, but let's take a look. Critchley is our leading goal scorer with 2. Maxwell is 1. Hartford, Diver, and Antoniazzi. You've seen just about all of our goals. That's pretty sad. 2 games. We got 5 goals. So, yeah. That's no good. No good at all. We've only scored then in like 4 games, 3 or 4 games. So it's just not been a good season offensively. We got to do something. We got to figure something out. And I don't know that we actually have the personnel to do it. I tried to analyze the tactics at some point, but it just didn't help me out much. Let's see. Take a look at the last 10 matches, I suppose. The Diamond Narrow, we got 10 chances against and 5-4. 5 in our favor. That's no good. 4-1-2-3 DM out wide. 1-1. I guess that's okay. We've only used it twice. And then the 4-2-3-1 wide. We started twice. Got 4 chances against, 3 chances in our favor. I guess that's okay. I guess it's just the Diamond Narrow that's been letting us down. So we're going to have to switch it up. 4-2-4. We haven't played that but one time, and it was a 0-0 game apparently. But yeah, so we're going to have to change formations. I think there's no other reason. I mean, there's no other conclusion that we can come to, because the fans don't like it, the board doesn't like it, we're not getting the results. So diamond formation is out. So let's get to our match today. We are playing Livingston at home. Our last game against them was a 1-0 away loss. So we'll see if we can turn that around. How are they doing in the competitions? I guess we should take a look. Livingston is in 4th place, 13 points. St. Johnston is up top with 17. That's pretty much to be predicted. Inverness doing pretty well, also with 16 points. And we looked on the stats, got a lot of Inverness players at the top of the league. Smith with the most goals in the league at 7. Sam Brown, the highest rating in the league. Most assists in the league. Mackenzie, all these guys are from Inverness. Players of the match, Sam Brown has had the most with 4. So, you know, Inverness is a team to watch, that's for sure. But we're not playing them today, so let's not worry about it. So this is what we're going with. We're going with the 4-1-2-3 DM wide, or the 4-1-4-1, however they want to categorize it. That's what we're going with. So let's hand that over to the assistant coach, and let's move this process along. So as you can see, we've had a tight schedule recently, a little bit. Got a week off. No. So the guy we want to bring in, Jack Smith, is not interested in playing for us. There's nothing we can do. I don't think we have anybody who can, like, talk to this guy or say anything in the press. Do we have anybody on our team who could, like, say something in the press? Tony Ozzie. Speak about... No. Like, I'm trying to think who's our best player. I guess it's Antoniazzi. Maybe Leon Maxwell. Interaction. I don't know. Can he recommend a signing? Can you recommend a signing? No? Maybe? I need an attacker. What squad status are you looking for? First team player. Harley Willard. Who's this? He is a winger of some sort. Hey, we'll scout him. I guess we'll, you know, we'll ask our players, like, who should we bring in? Maybe they've got some better ideas. I mean, we're currently playing, like, advanced forwards at wing, so it's not so good. Anyway, on the bench, we got our new guy, Dominic Duffy, Leach, Zata, Sinclair, Davies, Lindsay, and Manson are on the bench. Let's continue. It's no comment. I don't care about that. Whatever that was. Getting real sick and tired of having to go through all these interviews all the time. Just breaks my flow, breaks my mojo. Nation Junior cagey with the media over whatever that was. It's been a while since I've done any recordings. I've had so many episodes piled up from when I went on vacation. I went a little overboard. Just like recorded a million episodes. Let's see. Zata is capable of playing. Okay, so that's good. Critchley is still not passed his fitness test. So let's get to the match preview here. Livingston are the favorites, as should be expected. They're inconsistent, but we are in woeful form. 5 losses in a row. That's a no good. Biggest strength, goals conceded. Okay. Potential weakness, passing. Don't know how that helps us, but it might help us. We really need a win. I mean, 7 points Still won't get us out of relegation zone, but it'll get us within striking distance of Stenhousemuir. And we got them coming up next. So if we can get this win and then beat Stenhousemuir, we'll be on our way. And we got a tough match versus Inverness. I don't know about that one. Anyway, let's get back to our team selection. What are they looking at here? Livingston. They got an injury. Longbridge is injured. Looks like they're going with a 4-4-2 possibly. Our scouts really like their players. Lots of 3.5, 4.5 type guys. So lots of star ratings. Our star ratings aren't terrible, but still a notch behind theirs. But at the end of the day, you know, we're still looking okay, I guess. We'll submit that team. Nobody's been injured between yesterday and today. That's always a good sign, I guess. That's the least we can ask for. Anyway, we're going with Wilson in goal. Smith and Finlayson at the fullbacks. Going to keep giving Finlayson. We don't have much other choice other than Finlayson, honestly. Gorman and Glover. You know, we are going, for the most part, I'm going with the highest rated players we could go with. So this is the central defense. Gorman and Glover. Hartford at defensive midfielder. Maxwell and Rowan in the central midfield. Maxwell's taking the armband today. Lockheed on the left. Antoniazzi on the right wing. And then McCauley up front. And he appears to be our leading goal scorer this season. 4 goals. Yeah, he scored pretty well in the cup competitions. Haven't played him much in the regular season, so we're going to give him a shot. He's got a 7.04 rating. I mean, he played really well in the cup competitions, and this season's cup was fairly similar to the league that we're facing. You know, we placed a lot of championship, some premiership teams, so I think I don't know, we need to at least get him some playing time, and maybe he'll start improving and getting better. Who knows? Anyway, they're going with a 4-4-2, as we thought. Avenge what happened last time. Yeah, pep talk. Opposition instructions. Let's close down on their strikers, of course. There's their leading goal scorer, Lewis Morrison. Drop down on the wingers as well, I suppose. Drop the hammer. Definitely on McDonough, who's their leading assist man. Doesn't look like their fullbacks are coming forward, so let's just do that for now. Keep it simple. So what tactics are we using? We're using counterattack. Gonna, I don't know, try to play defensive, I guess. We can't really play offense. Got nobody who can score. So let's just try to win one. Not a great crowd today, but an okay crowd. The crowds have been pretty good, as I mentioned earlier. Around, you know, 2,000-ish fans, so it's been pretty decent, and that's been enough to get us a little bit of money. And that's what I'm really excited about this season, is just if we can stay up in the championship, get a little bit of money. Here's Antoniazzi going for the goal. Nice set play, but he wasn't able to actually get the header on goal, so that would have been nice if he had done that. 8 minutes and rolling. What sort of highlights are we on? Key highlights. Okay. There's just nothing happening. Nothing happening. They've already got 4 shots and 3 on target, but no highlights apparently. Don't want to see that. Sitting there 50% possession. McCauley's been booked already. It's no good. How are we doing rating-wise? Pretty average. They've got Morrison is a 7.2. Everybody else on their teams are pretty average. So Morrison must be beating our defense and getting all those shots on target. 5 shots now. Hey, we finally got a shot on target. It's good, I guess. Oh, they got an injury. Mackin, their left striker's not looking so healthy, but he's getting better. Just a minor injury. 32 minutes. Nothing happening. Focus of the attack. Oh, here we go. We got an injury. Rowan. That's no good. Of anybody who could get injured, I guess he's the best choice. We can put Zata in there, no problem. Zata can play. He can actually play central midfield attack. We can drop Maxwell back. I like getting someone in the central midfield on attack in this formation so that we have at least somebody going forward. Gorman's fired up on the defense. That's good. 42 minutes, nothing happening. Still just the one shot on target. 3 minutes of added time. I mean, we're keeping it 0-0, so I guess that's good. But we need wins. We don't need just draws. Now, getting draws could probably put us ahead of Ross County, but it won't put us ahead of anybody else. Pep talk. We're not doing badly. Keep up the hard work. Whatever. So the question is, do we stick it out on counterattack and just see what happens? Just play it out, play out the strategy and see what happens. Or do we put it on standard? Now, honestly, I think what I've been doing is I've been making changes at halftime, going to standard, and then we end up losing by a goal. So I'm going to try just keeping it on counterattack, see if we can get a lucky goal and hold on for dear life. I think that's what we're hoping for right now, is just get lucky. This is honestly what I should have been doing in the first quarter, because I don't know that we'd necessarily be in as bad a position as we are right now if I did that. But you know, nothing you can do about it now. Glover picked up a yellow card. No red cards, please. Lockheed's looking nervous. Could bring in Leach at the left wing. 60-minute mark already. So let's do that. We'll bring in Leach at the left wing. Get rid of that 6.3 rating. Not much else we can do. We can bring in Duffy eventually, maybe, for Macaulay. Macaulay's looking better, though. I mean, he's improving his stats. He does have 14 finishing. That's why he's got so many goals, I guess. But anyway, Leach is our second sub, so we probably shouldn't go too crazy with the subs. Maybe at the 70-minute point, we'll try to do something else, but I don't know. I mean, basically what we're hoping for here at this point is just get, I don't know, get a free kick goal or a corner kick goal or just something, just anything. Ouch, this is looking so bad. 76, 77. All right. Let's go standard. Let's try more direct passing. That probably will put us in a little bit less danger, maybe. Oh, here we go. Highlight. Stewart bombs it downfield. Finlayson wins it. Here's Livingston on the attack. Glover can't settle it down. Graham has it for Livingston. They're looking out wide. Macklin has it. Centers it across. Gorman heads it out. Maxwell down to Leach. Let's start the counterattack. Here we go, boys. Leach bombs it forward. Macaulay can't win it. But there's Maxwell. It's no good. Now here they are. Back on the attack. Morrison gets the cross back post. Wilson sort of defends his own life from that weak header, but nothing really comes of it. Clear the ball to the flanks. I don't know. Maybe their flanks are vulnerable. Nope. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here it is. Finlayson. Here we go. 0-0 draw. So I think we can get 0-0 draws. And that might have to be the strategy for this season, is play for the 0-0 draws and pick up a few wins here and there instead of picking up a few losses here and there. I mean, that's a possibility. The other thing we can do is just try to go all out, do the opposite. Put in the 4-2-4 again, go on the attack. Livingston promotion bid takes a hit. Yeah, Rowan injured. Ow, torn groin. Oh, that's no good. 5 to 6 weeks. All right, get out of here. Goalless Macaulay is worried for Clyde. Sure is. Because we got nobody who can score. We got nobody who can score. Which is kind of funny. You know, last 2 seasons, it seemed like our strikers could score pretty well. Especially Diver. Diver seemed to be, like, at League 1 level, he was a really good striker. But at championship level, he seems just out of his depth. Technically and mentally, he can't handle it. With only 5 composure and 9 finishing, he's just not doing it. And 11 heading. I mean, he can get a head on the ball. 16 jumping reach, 6'5". But he just can't finish and he can't score. And when he gets the ball to Critchley or somebody like that, they also can't finish. So there's not a lot we can do, unfortunately. So now we're out a midfielder. We might have to go with a 4-2-4 out of necessity. Yeah, not so good. That game went so quickly. Maybe we can fit in a second game and see. All right, I'm going to pause it, and we'll see if we can fit in a second game. Hang on. Okay, we are back for our second game, and this is actually an incredibly important game. Stenhusmuir, they just dropped down to 9th in the league, so they are 3 points ahead of us. A win here evens us up with them and Ross County, assuming Ross County doesn't win their next game. But anyway, it's an important game. It's basically a must-win game. I just said that in the press. This is a must-win game. We can't be stuck at the bottom of the league, you know, more than 1 game back. So this is a huge game, and we got to win it. So let's go. Team selection. We're going with the 4-2-4. So this will be a test case. We know we got the draw with the diamond formation, or the 4-1-2-3, the Burning Man formation. We know we can shut things down, park the bus, whatever you want to call it. We know we can get 0-0 draws and maybe get lucky and pull out a couple of wins. But the question is, can we beat a few teams? Can we go out and score a few goals? So we're going to go with the 4-2-4. It's a sort of unproven formation this season. As you saw, we've only tried it once this season, got a 0-0 draw out of it. So maybe it's a little bit better defensively than we thought. But whatever the case, we need to score more. So we're going with this. On the bench, we got Duffy, Leach, Maxwell's going on the bench. Gray, Glover, Lindsay, and Manson also on the bench. Let's submit that team and see what we can do. Finlayson is in there. He's developed a partnership with Antoniazzi. So we are going with basically the same starting lineup. Got Wilson, Smith, Finlayson, Gorman, and Davies in at central defense. New midfield, Sinclair and Zata. Sinclair plays that defensive center mid role, and Zata plays the box-to-box very fluidly. So that's why I've got those 2 guys in there. Lockheed on the left, Antoniazzi on the right. Diver, going to bring him back in as the support target man, and Macaulay going to give him another shot at scoring. Looks like they got the old 4-2-4. Hill on the left is the most assists at 5. And Rennie also on the left side. Striker is their top goal scorer with 5. Okay. So they're not a huge goal scoring threat either. They've got actually a worse goal differential than we do. So I know we're the underdogs, but go give the fans something to cheer for. That's probably not good since we're away. But anyway, team advice? No team advice. So let's just do what we do. Close down on the strikers and the wingers. Let's see what else. Oh, it looks like their fullback number 3 is coming forward. So we'll see who that is. This guy here looks like he's playing even a wingback role, maybe. So Ewan Spark, get marked son. All right, let's go. Let's get this win. This is huge. We need it. Disappoint the fans in the car park. Not a big crowd. Not much of a crowd here at Stenhousemuir. But let's see what we can do. So we are on the attack. We're going forward. We're not going to take no for an answer. Need a win. Let's go. Focus of the attack seems to be on down the left-hand side at the moment. No shots for either side. Sort of feeling it out. Scott Noble got a yellow card. Good for him. Come on, boys. Let's do something. St. Johnston's up on Livingstone already. Ross County and Dunfermline. That's the score we got to keep an eye on. Hopefully Ross County can lose that one. Keep them within shouting distance. Here we go. First highlight. 21 minutes in. Oh, Spark has it. He is rushing forward pretty quickly. Glad we're keeping an eye on him. Let's see him turn that over. Get the turnover. Smith, nice steal. Loops it forward. Can't get there. Sinclair has it. He tries looping it forward. Macaulay. I don't know why Macaulay isn't ranging forward at all. Lockheed gets it to Diver. Macaulay. Sinclair. Okay, Macaulay. Now he's a little bit forward. All right, out wide. Antoniazzi. Here we go. Here we go. Got a guy back post. He goes Macaulay. Macaulay doesn't jump for it. There's Sinclair. Can't win it from Hill. And Stenhousemuir on the counterattack. We do still have 4 guys back, but it doesn't matter because Hamilton beats our defense easily and scores. Ouch, boys. Ouch. We had 4 guys back. I don't understand what happened. He's just like, I'm better than you guys. He's going to start the run. Left fullback can't get there. Left central defender was, I don't know what he was doing. Gorman. All right, here's another one. Another one forward to Hamilton. Beats Gorman one-on-one. Oosh, just wide. Hamilton seems to be pretty good. 14 finishing, only 13 pace. It's not like he's... Gorman, I guess, has dropped down to 11 pace these days. He is 30 years old now. I didn't really realize he's that old. I mean, I knew he was that old, but I still sort of think of him as the new guy. Even though he's been on the team for like 3 years now. But yeah, this is decidedly not what we wanted. Didn't want to go down in the game. 38, 39. We're going to have to make some adjustments. Govan to Hill. Deflected. Here we go. Diver gets it to Antoniazzi. Gets it forward. Macaulay not looking for it. I think we're going to have to sub out Macaulay. He's just not playing well. Hamilton again, wide open. Ouch. This is not looking good. Oh, this is not going to be our season. I thought we could hold out. You know, just sort of play it close to the vest. I don't know how he was onside. He kind of looked offside to me, but not so good. Yeah. So he's just kind of splitting our defense down the middle. I think we're a little too wide. See what we can do. I don't know that we can come back from 2 goals, but we'll see. Tactics, team instructions. Okay, so let's play fairly narrow. Let's try to work the ball in the box. Still going to go attacking, though, because we got no choice now. Yeah. And let's take out... I mean, Macaulay has a 6.7 rating, where Diver has a 6.1. That doesn't really make sense when you look at the highlights. I'm going to go with my gut on this one. Bring in Duffy, make him a poacher, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. Dressing room, pep talk. Show me something else in the second half. Macaulay didn't like that. He's stressed. That's why he's out of there. Get out of there. Macaulay off. Duffy on. Here we go. Gorman sends it forward to Diver, and there ends the highlight. Okay. Got a lot of terrible ratings at the end of that half. Oh, Finlayson looks to be injured. 58%, 6.4 rating. Wilson's going to bomb one downfield. Come on, boys. Let's get one back early. Diver can't get there. Nobody seems to be able to get there. Hill, Brown. Here comes Stenhouse-Muir. Keep it away from Hamilton. Halloran looking forward. Drops it back. Brown out wide to Hill. Into Court. Do not let him cross it to Hamilton. Good defense. Zata. Downfield. There's Diver. Gets it to Duffy. Now let's start the counterattack. Oh, nice pass back to Diver. See if he can return the favor. Nope. Nope. Drops it back to Antoniazzi. Zata. To Duffy. Diver's loose. Oh, he can't score. Much better play, though, than when Macaulay was in there. Macaulay just was not paying attention. Antoniazzi's taking a slight injury. That's more of a real injury, potential knee injury. That's no good. We don't really have anybody who can play on the right-hand side. Noble with the header over the goal. All right. I think we're going to have to move Lockheed over to the right. Bring in Leach on the left. Yeah, Lockheed can sort of barely play over there. One thing we can do, we can make him an inside forward. We can bring Finlayson up on the attack, I guess. Even though he's limping around as well, but you got to do what you got to do, I suppose. "63 minutes and counting." Leach with a free kick. Leach just out, just wide. I mean, that was at least somewhat of a decent shot. I mean, that was dangerous. 70 minutes. Let's get stuck in. Let's turn up the pressure. Let's yell at them. Demand more. All right, Hill out wide to Halloran on the attack for Stenhouse-Muir. Hamilton offside. Get out of here. Alright, we're closing down on everybody now. Spark's going to bang it forward. Davies wins it. Zata has it. Zata looking to Duffy. Duffy forward to Leach. Leach just wide. I mean, Leach isn't particularly a goal scorer anyway. He's more of a setup kind of guy. 11 crossing, 10 corners, 12 free kick. I mean, that's sort of the best we got. Mentally, he's got that flair and leadership and such. But yeah, he's not a great player either. We don't really have many great players at all on our team. Antoniazzi maybe. He's injured, of course. He's okay. Good passing and stuff like that. We got a lot of yellow cards piling up now. Finlayson is out there at 54%. Yep. 4 minutes of stoppage time. This is going to be it. Yeah. Full time. 2-0 loss. Just can't score any goals. So I think we have our little test. And I think we're going to have to just shut it down for the season. Take as many draws as we can and try to draw our way into 8th place. I don't know. It's not looking good, but we'll come back and try to make something of it at mid-season. Anyway, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
There's a team they call the CLYDE, who will fill your heart with pride. Dressed up in the red and black, we are now sign on the back. They've a winger and a keeper and a great big carpet sweeper. It's